Welcome everyone to a rainy day in Brooktown. To get this out of the way in the very beginning of today's video, this is not a time-lapse, this is not a let's play, this is seriously only a video to bring back this series. I've been pausing this series for a while now, and I'm giving you the reasons here. So, as I was starting this lovely project, which is, let me just give you a good angle of this area over here, which is a bit more nice to look at than the other stuff. When I was starting this series, this really was a project about being, or actually to try and build a city in the transition between the 19th and 20th century. So around like First and Second World War, and you know, industrialization, I guess that's the word, how you pronounce it. And I quite felt really comfortable at the very beginning. We were building this main station over here at the very beginning, which looks super dope with the wet textures, to be honest. I quite like it. And we started off the whole series with a nice amount of detail, and it really worked out well, to be honest. And as always with City Skylines, I have to say, at some point there was a DLC coming, and there was the next DLC coming, and I had some, as you know, I moved in the meantime, and it's not with any other game where you just come back after 4 to 5 to 6 weeks and you just, you know, jump in and play the game. With City Skylines, things are a little bit different. You always need to make sure that mods are still working. You need to make sure that all the items are still updated on the workshop. And for those items that haven't been updated, you have to make sure that you find these items in. And I can already tell you that a lot of these things didn't work for this part. I mean, this city is way better than everything else I had. There's just a few minor things that were broken. So for example, some textures are missing on here. This was, you know, also the Z fighting was not happening at the beginning, but these are kind of minor things. I'm just moving over also to the other side and showing you a bit around, but I want to know from you guys at the end of this video, which won't be too long. I'm keeping that fairly short, to be honest, because there's not too much to get out of it. I just want to make sure that you guys have an idea. This is a Cities Skylines series, and I'm really wanting to go back to the series. I don't want to make this like a very constant upload rate, like 2 to 3 times a week. I'm aiming at something between 4 to 3 times a month, so maybe once a week, but if it's not possible, at least like 3 times a month should be doable. Okay, we are also missing out on some trees over here, like some minor things, as I said, will be fixed. I kind of think that I can do this off screen. I don't bother you with the same thing over and over again. But the main output you guys should get out of this this video is that if you are interested in City Skylines, that's the first kind of thing. And if you are interested in this kind of older setting, please join me in the comment section down below and tell me all your ideas what we could build. Like, I can give you a head start here. I was about to build a big coal mining factory with also a lot of landscaping, making sure that we have this like big charcoal thing going on, where we have also, I don't know if we have an excavator, but we can at least try to get one from the workshop if existing. If not, we can kind of pretend that it will be something. Maybe we can even build this with the with some of the mods in game. I don't know if this even is possible, but you know, things are possible, always possible in City Skylines. And yeah, I also thought about, you know, I was thinking if I can do anything with the campus DLC. The problem with the campus DLC is that yes, it would suit this idea pretty nicely though, because like these old cities tend to have like fairly large university campus, so that's kind of working. But the problem is about the looks of it. This is way too modern for the approach of the city, and I have to think also, or I have to say that we might also think about kind of loosen the tight boundaries a little bit. So maybe just making this a more or less fictional city that kind of is in between centuries, because it just doesn't work. I really searched my ass off in the workshop, and I was trying to find enough material that still gives us the idea of making this a very old one. So if we look at the roads, for example, I tried to find as many different cobblestone roads and oldish roads as possible. You can see this is like a nice cobblestone. This over here is like a concrete version that has been also a bit more like on the older like an older style where you have all these concrete blocks nailed together instead of having these nice seamlessly integrated modern concrete. We have this even more cobblestone-ish street over here. I also have a red one somewhere. Yeah, there we go. This is also a red one. It's not a tarmac one. It's also cobblestone. You can't really tell this from the distance. Can I go even closer somehow? Wait a second. Let's just move in. Yeah, it's kind of also cobblestone, so that kind of works as well. You can somehow tell this from the texture, not too well, but yeah. We've got a floating sign here. We do need to get rid of it. I don't know if we have even more of it back here. Wait a second, can I just zoom out a bit? Thank you. There we go. If we go over here, this is like a normal road, and I tried my best to work out a little bit with the decals, putting some cobble here and there. You can see this is also again the same cobblestone road we had over there, in the main city. But yeah, so after having you shown now the basic layout as for now, let's just move out and show it from above. I'm just about to tell you what I was planning with this one, and you can hopefully join me in the comments and help me decide what I should build next, and if you like the idea, or if you do you have another idea how we can fix the issue of not being able to stick to our own setting as much as I would have loved to at the very beginning. But the idea was to have like an industrial part over here. Like you've seen, I've been starting with these fields over here already. I wanted to really enlarge it to the whole area, so that this is like all farm fields, and the same goes over here. I then wanted to enlarge this area over here to have it a bit more of a bigger factory, and then people came up with the idea, which I loved, to make like a little bit of a residential area down here, which is solely with the purpose of making people live there who work in the factories. So that could be a great idea, because these old streets will be definitely doable. So that's no question at all. These are definitely doable, and I definitely want to go into it since I feel like this is a super dope thing to do. It's not really unseen, but at the same time it's super realistic, so I like the idea. And then again, I definitely wanted to finish off the zoo area, which I'm going to show you a bit more in detail. I finally fixed some issues about that. Actually, I didn't fix, but I finally understood how the spawners do work, so I'm curious to see how this turns out once it's finally done. So it's ridiculously fitting with Planet Zoo at the moment, but if you go back to my videos and look where I started the zoo, there was nothing about Planet Zoo happening, so we couldn't even know that there will be a Planet Zoo. So that's pretty much coincidental, I would say. But I just love the idea of having this very old approach on a zoo, not the very modern one, but really an old approach on a zoo. If you don't like animals in captivity, that's not really your thing. But just aesthetically, please don't get me wrong, I don't like the idea per se. I hate this idea per se, but I like the looks of it, like the really old, like Victorian style build style in zoos. I really like this. It just is so awesome to look at, and I wanted to make this layout. And you know what, I'm just zooming in to show you where the zoo is located at the moment. It's pretty hard to tell from night view. Let me just go and turn this to daytime again. Oops, there we go, that's daytime. Yeah, let's clear that. So that's where we are. It looks very messy at the moment, and yeah, the area of the zoo is basically this whole area in here. Like if we start over here, you can use this area, you can just take the bridge over to this side, then we have like a little bit of house going on here. You can walk all the way through, and I was trying to make some sort of water area down here. It still doesn't work the way it should, so I think the solution I found is with the awesome terraforming road tool that I found on the workshop. This is how I would love to do it, to make sure that we can also put dolphins in, because there are actually also dolphin spawners. So the thing, what I found out is, and I'm just showing it to you with the lions. So as you can see, the lions are pretty much in this awesome little enclosure over here, and they're just roaming around in the group of their 3 animals in here. But honestly, these lions don't really care about fences at all, as all the other animals don't do as well. So basically, these spawners of the animals, they don't really have a kind of collision check. They just run through everything. And the thing is, what I didn't really know is that they can't be contained by these things. So for example, you have the lion over here, and this is, let me just show this to you. This is because this lion spawner is still over here. If I, as you can see, this is a lion spawn where just only one lion spawns. And let me just pause the game for a second to show you what's happening. If I take this one, you know, and we just drag this one into another area. Let's just bring this one into the elephant enclosure, for example. And now let's hit play again. You will see that our lovely friend the lion, I just need to click, okay, there we go. Is there still the spawner? No, it isn't. So if we just speed up the game, you can see that our friend the lion just comes walking over here. Awesome. And now he is in this area. So what we have to figure out is where exactly those animals will go, because the problem I have at the moment is that there needs to be an elephant spawner somewhere in here, and you can really, it's hard to find them. Somewhere has to be the elephant spawner. I have no clue where, but as you can see, our friend the elephant is just walking. Wait, is this, that's just, I can just select the elephant, but I don't know, where is the spawner? I can't find it. So we really have to check how big this area is, and then we have to build the enclosure around it. So it will be easily done. Let me just grab this piece over here and just move it all the way over here. We can just do the same with this piece and just move that one over here. Yeah, you know what, we can just bring them in, just move it all over to this place. Okay, I don't want this to be done. Can I just, hello, I just want to make sure, yeah, to get this angle in. I just could do the same here to make it, yeah, I don't know, we just need to make sure that we get the, yeah, that's what I wanted. You know, this is basically the idea. And now you have the enclosure where the elephants are roaming in. I love this little baby elephants. Anyways, you could just also copy the spawner and then just be happy and go with it. What did I check here, by the way? Is this the elephant spawner by any chance? I don't know what I did check here. I think it could be. Are they just tending towards this area more? I don't know, but you get the idea, right? You get the idea. So this is how we could do the zoo, and also, you know, bringing more life into it with putting down some more areas like this. As you can see, I already make this little seating area over here, and yeah, I think in general that could be a great idea to build for the next couple of episodes, but also I'm also very interested into building the living area for people. And what I also would love to do at some point is like the mining district, which would be very far outside the area, so maybe down here, for example. But I have no clue what could be in here as a connection, so surely we need a harbor as well, and surely we need to enlarge the city, because I really want to have the zoo really hugged by a lot of these nice buildings, so that you really get a nice sightline of the zoo that is really a city zoo. But yeah, that's basically about it. I think we can end the video here. It's long enough. I don't want to make too long of a video out of it, because it doesn't make any sense. I'm not doing anything in here except bringing you hopefully into this series. So I really want to get back to it. No clue when, to be honest. I really want to deliver some process before I do another video, but I just wanted to get you in again, make sure that you guys know about this series, and please let me know in the comments down below what you want to see from this series. Are you interested in it? And if yes, what do you like to see next up? Would you like to see me finishing the zoo or something else? So I'm completely open. Please let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video today, and see you then. Have a good one. Bye, guys.